This is the new Anbernic. No, no, wait. This isn't Anbernic. Kind of looks like an Anbernic box, but it's not. This is the new BatleXp R. No, it's not that either. What the heck is this? Oh, it's right there, guys. It's an R350, kind of like the G350. Is this going to be as good as the BatleX G350? Stay tuned. I used to think that my best friend, my dog, was fine eating the generic packaged food. But then I realized that my best friend deserves better than that. They deserve fresh pet because if they're going to eat, they might as well. No, wait, I'm not a spokesperson for fresh pet, but it's kind of cool for the doggies. Anyways, deadheads, welcome back to the channel. Or welcome to the channel for the first time, new deadheads. Today we're taking a look at something that I thought could be the G350 quality, but is it? Okay, so let's start as always with the box. And like I mentioned in the beginning of it, the little joke, it does look similar to an Anbernic box, missing the little gold or silver foil, but I mean, it's kind of a interesting combination here. Now, as we further inspect the box and look around it, somebody wrote R350 on it, on the box, and there's a sticker on the back side to indicate what color it is. But this is a pretty plain box. There's also a sticker on the back that kind of shows some information, but it doesn't really give any information about the model. It doesn't give any specs. It says DG811 is a model, which is not what this is called or what I purchased. So R350 is handwritten. So I don't know. The box is kind of, this is not a good start to this. When I first saw this and it had the 350, I thought, and it kind of looked in the pictures like it might be another quality surprise handheld. So let's get this thing open and take the box out. Take it out of the box, I should say. And there's not a lot going on in here either on the inside. But if we do get this out of the way, underneath there is a USB-C cord, USB-A to C, so at least it's not one of those really old USB-B micro ones that we've seen before in these cheaper handhelds. And as we get in and delve, there is a manual, and the manual is R350, so I don't know why that sticker says some other model on the back. But as we open up and look at the manual here, unfortunately, the manual is not giving us any more real good information. I still don't know what kind of CPU is in this. It is saying it is a 3.5-inch 16:9 screen, so that's going to be interesting to find out if that's what it is. Looking at it, and so 3.5-inch 16:9 screen would be very strange, but I've seen stranger. There's nothing else really in here, a quality control seal, but let's get to the handheld and get this packaging out of the way. No screen protector, no anything else of nature. And we get the box. So the box is kind of, it started off looking like it was going to be like Anbernic, but I don't know. And we get the handheld out here, and let's take a look at the handheld. And the handheld itself is very nice when I first pick it up. So I thought by looking in the pictures that this could be another sort of high quality clone. I don't get this wrong, this is a clone. And in first picking up and holding the handheld here, I was immediately struck by the nice quality of the material here, the plastic. The old man hates plastic, but I don't mind plastic. But I was really struck by how it felt. And so immediately I was a bit encouraged until I got a hold of the stick and I realized that the stick doesn't have an L3. I saw the on-off switch button. I turned it around and I saw that it had just an L1 and R1, and my hopes were quickly beginning to dash. But as always, let's continue to just look over this handheld. And let's start with the buttons. And the buttons are surprisingly nice. So I do like the buttons. They feel good. I really think that they are of a good quality. They have a good travel distance. They press well and they feel nice. They've been polished. They feel nice to the touch. I like that it has the markings below it, not on the button itself. So good start here with the buttons. Now, putting this up against the BatleXp, the 350, the G350, it seems to me that these buttons are very similar. They may in fact be the same buttons, but we'll continue on. Moving forward, and let's talk about this D-pad. And the D-pad feels good. So we're on a pretty good roll here. I wasn't very encouraged by first opening this and seeing the on-off switch, seeing the L1, R1, and then the cheap packaging. But the D-pad is surprisingly good. Again, comparing directly with the D-pad on the G350, and it looks like the same D-pad. What's going on here? If we look to the stick, then the first disappointment comes. It only has a single stick, and the stick's up top. I don't know. I don't think if it's only going to have one stick, it should be on the bottom. But what do I know? But then the stick, no L3. No L3, can't push it in. It's not clicky. And it's just a switch style stick, which, feels okay. Hey guys, Dead Fred here. Sorry to interrupt the video, but I wanted to take a moment and share with you this awesome cover for our Miyoo Flip. Have you tried the Miyoo Flip? Now, some of you are getting broken hinges, but for those of you who are not, like me, I've had 3 of these and none of them have broke. This is a silicone cover that just really makes it better. It adds a little lanyard. It's really awesome. It was sent to us by our friends at AliExpress. I wanted to just kind of show this off. You can use my coupon codes in the description to save more, but this is a nice little thing you can add to your Miyoo Flip. Hopefully the manufacturing will get better. Again, I've had 3 of these with no issues, but I've seen that some of you all have had issues, so yeah, it's a real thing. But if you get a good one, hey, you might want to check out this silicone cover, which I think adds a lot of value to your Miyoo Flip. Anyways, guys, as always, thanks for checking out the channel. Back to the show. Feels okay. Then you have a menu button and a select and start. And you do have a front-facing speaker. So we have some quality plastic. We have some buttons that feel nice, that are labeled well and clear. We have a D-pad that feels good. We have a menu, start and select. We have nice printing on the front that's clear. And we have, a stick that is switch style and cannot be pushed in. Now, I put this up against the BatleXp, the G350, and it looks like the same parts, even the stick and everything, except it doesn't click, of course. So the menu, the select and start, it's looking very familiar, like they're sourcing some of the same parts or whatever. But let's take a look at this screen. And the manual claims that this screen is a 16:9. And I think it is. I have to agree that this is probably a 16:9 screen, a wide screen. And I'll tell you why in a minute I think that. Going around and back to those shoulder buttons, and they feel nice, like the R40, R39S. I don't understand why some of these companies are going with just the 2 shoulder buttons. I don't know what that's about. I don't get it, but they're nice. I like them. If this had had the full set of shoulder buttons, I think it would have felt good. I like the texture on the back. You can see it has the game console logo. It looks like any other game console, and I wouldn't know any difference. Looking at the back and taking the battery door off, you can see that even the plastic on the battery door is quality. This is good for a $30 to $35 handheld. This is nice quality plastic. It's being produced in a, somewhere that's being pretty consistent. The battery's kind of on the small side, and underneath the battery, you can see the board and board revision, which is a 2.2 board revision. Now, so far, this is encouraging. And up until now, this could be another possible, it's another 3.5 inch, but it's 16:9. And, it might have something to it, but then we turn it on. And oh boy, Oh boy. Oh boy, did the problems start. That's where the problems start because this has that awful, terrible software that is locked down that has terrible ROM list and you can do nothing. It's one of those systems that has that really goofy system where it says that you can reset. And why are you going to reset? There's nothing to even change on this. If you go into the menu, you're very limited in the menu on what you can do. So without getting long-winded and going into deep detail on this is terrible, awful software. It's just terrible and awful. And in the day and age and the choices we have, there is no sense for something to be like this. It really should be a lot better. And that just immediately kills the vibe. Whatever niceness this was, as far as the way it feels to hold, the quality, the plastic, the buttons, the software kills it. Now, I still don't know what kind of CPU's in here. And I was going to do and open it for you guys. And I tried every little bit I could get. And I don't know if these are proprietary screws, but I don't know if I can get a close up of there. See if it'll zoom in. But I could not get the screws out. I couldn't find a bit to get these out. So unfortunately, the best I can do is take the battery off and show you the part of the board. But I figure this is one of those VT. It's certainly not a rock chip. And so there's no custom firmware. We're stuck with this awful software, and the gameplay is stretched. I'll show you some gameplay footage, but it's stretched and it doesn't really look good. You can't do anything. 16:9 doesn't make a lot of sense in 3.5 inch anyways, especially with the systems that we have on here. So it's just a complete mess. This is a no. It's a no, and it's a shame because this is nice feeling hardware. It's nice. I think the buttons are nice. And what I may do with this, if I don't send it back, is I may try to rehab some of these buttons and this D-pad and try to populate it in another handheld because this is no fun, guys. Now, as these tariffs come on, and I know it's chaos with the tariffs, my channel may shift for now. I don't mind doing all of these, but something like this that I'll happily review, at a $30 to $40 level, I wouldn't be reviewing this at 80 or 90. So, guys, I don't know what my channel is going to change in the future, but with the tariffs and everything, I don't know if we're going to keep seeing this type of review. But I'm happy to do this for you guys. I like doing it. This one is a big fat no. I have about 4 more handhelds to do reviews that are vertical, similar form factor. So there are just so many of these out there now. But yeah, this is a big disappointment. Do not buy. Terrible software. Unknown CPU. Can't do anything with it. The games are awful. Yeah, don't buy this. It's bad. But Dead Fred is happy that he got to try it out for you guys. So that's been our review of the R350. I really hate how they're cloning the name from BatleXp, the amber looking box, and yeah, I don't know what can I say, guys. Anyways, remember to hit that like button, subscribe so you never miss an episode of our content, and also remember to hug your loved ones and love your hugged ones because tomorrow is never promised. We'll see you next time, Deadheads. Fred out.